start, Chris. Go, Chris. When we got off the
Chop
air a second
shop.
ago, see that? When you got off the air, what were you talking about, Chris?
Oh, we're talking about
You talking about LSU?
Okay.
yeah, LSU. I think we're talking about the vaccine. The vaccine of them. The coach at Washington State being let go because of the vaccine, and then Ed
Oh.
Orgeron, what happened at LSU, and him being able to get his money, and him being the guy that says, you know what, I'm gonna step aside. They still give him his bread. You see what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna step aside. Usually, when you resign, you don't get your money. And then also, Jimmy talked about coaching, allowing him to finish coaching. Sometimes that could be disastrous. Sometimes that could be disastrous. But
Uh-huh.
again, this dude's gonna be all the pressure is off now. It doesn't even matter what happens now. Plus, I know I'm gonna get $17 million. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I, that's why when I was talking to someone one day, I said I don't understand why they give coaches these long contracts based on what. So think about it. They always think, oh, we'll never ever find a coach like this. I don't want to go through the headache of trying to find a new coach. But yet, what you end up doing is help hurting the school. Well, the school's got to pay this dude 17 million, and then now they got to hire a new coach and a new staff and pay them money. Then pay them money. You see what I'm saying? And then they wonder why the school's in financial ruin. And but guess what they say after all that's said and done? We can't pay the players though. But yet you put yourself in financial ruin with these coaches. And so I get it. Jimbo Fisher, has he won the SEC? I'm curious. Has he won the SEC?
No, never.
Oh, but he's been in the football playoff, right? Final four, right?
No,
That's Texas. Oh, he hasn't done any of those things yet? Oh, okay.
no.
So why'd you give him an extension then? You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know what I think? You know what I
So
think? Hold on, Chris. You connect the dots. Connect these dots. First of all, the athletic director who hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M, guess where he is right now? He's at LSU. He left, right? That's phase one dot. You know, and you've been in the coaching ranks for years, decades. By the time the general public gets news, that news has already been through 3 or 4 layers of knowledge within certain circles. So here's my point. They just renewed Jimbo, right? A month or so ago. Well, a couple of months ago, right? Just recently. Okay, he was up for a renewal, but it was the amount, $90 million. That means we locking him in. We know something else coming up. But when they went and upped the buyout just 10 days or so ago, the buyout was a normal buyout, around 10 million or whatever. The buyout went, there's never been a buyout over $50 million for any sport, for any scholastic coach. His buyout, not only did it get over 50, it went closer to $100 million for a buyout. You know what that meant? If you look at the dots and connect them from 10 days ago or so, that means they knew that the administration and the board and the powers that be in Baton Rouge was going to lay the hammer on Ed O. They knew that. And they knew that people would come in for Jimbo with a bag. So in order to do that, they lock him in with a double, put some more saran wrap or double that bag up under Jimbo. And that's basically what happened. And
I agree. That makes sense. On a national championship, but I mean, I get it, man. But he used to be an assistant at LSU anyway, I'm assuming. LSU.
Ed Orgeron?
Offensive coordinator up under Nick Saban.
No.
You're talking about Jimbo or Ed
Jimbo Fisher. I think he was a.
Yeah, he was
Jimbo
there
was
when,
I think he
when
was
Nick
a coordinator.
Saban was there. He was an offensive coordinator. That's when I actually met Jimbo Fisher, because Jimbo Fisher was the point recruiter for Martellus Bennett. And Jimbo Fisher was one of those coaches that came to basketball games. because he was trying to get because Martellus in his mind thought he was going to remember he put his name in the NBA draft back in 2000 and 2005. A lot of people probably forget that. So Martellus Bennett actually had committed to LSU. It was a live broadcast on Fox News, but when he made the live announcement, he had went and bought an LSU hoodie from the mall and went and was going and now understand his family didn't know that he was fit to commit to LSU. They thought he was going to Texas A&M, and he went and he got to that TV studio, to the Fox Network, Fox Studios in Houston, right in the shadows of the Galleria. And the daddy saw the LSU hoodie in the bag, that shirt in the bag. He's getting ready to getting ready to pull out the bag at the announcement. You know how the guys do. Dad said, "Oh no," with him. And by the time they went from backstage to the mic'd up on the stage, guess what had happened? He said, "I'm going to A&M." So you go figure that out. That's how that thing happened with it. But Jimbo Fisher, back to him, I had met him a few times, and back in those days when he was LSU as an assistant, and then the head coach at Florida State, who just passed away, had brought him on at Florida State in the same capacity as an offensive coordinator. Remember, back in those days, Florida State was hot. It's fish grease.
Talking
So
about
that was a
with
good
Bobby
paying
Bowden.
job. That was a payroll.
Talking about
What
with
his
Bobby
name?
Bowden.
Bobby Bowden
Mm-hmm.
brought him on as an offensive coordinator at Florida State. And then the rest is history. He ended up getting a head job for about 7 years before going to A&M. But as you were saying in regard to that, understand now it's amazing. I know people make mockery of this stuff, Hatter, and you see it, this is a classic case. Whereas Ed O's resume on the field isn't, they could have moved and went in a different direction just because of the fact that you hadn't done nothing. You went 5-5 last. You ain't done nothing. LSU has fell out of graces. They're not even ranked. They were a perennial, consistent top 5, top 10 team. So, but then guess what?
He lost
There's
his two
release
coordinators too,
down
Jimmy. He lost
in
his two
those pitches.
coordinators.
Huh?
He lost his two coordinators to head. He lost one to the Panthers, and he lost, and the other guys that head the defense coordinator, the head coach at Baylor.
Well, I guess what? You know what people at LSU are looking at? Don't they compare themselves to? They had been in a while. They said they compare themselves to Alabama. They saying, guess what?
That's
Nick
not
Saban lost his offensive coordinator who took over at what it was. Is it Georgia?
Hey,
Jimmy,
Chris, what you trying to give? That's an excuse.
That's asinine, Jimmy. That they compare.
No, Chris. But Chris, are you considering that an excuse because he lost his coordinator?
No, I'm saying.
But you hired two more good coordinators. If you're a good leader,
I'm saying that there's an adjustment. There's an adjustment. First of all, last year was a COVID year. Okay, let's for me, like everybody just get rid of that year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then the next year, like right now, it's an adjustment. Look at the Cowboys right now. I'm not making excuses. They brought the old Mike McCarthy, hired that one guy, Mike Nolan, and look at the difference now when Dan Quinn comes in. You can hire the wrong people, man. But again, Ed Orgeron, we don't need to talk about what's going on the field. Everything happened with that dude is off the court. It's off the field.
And Chris, I'm gonna tell you how crazy I am. I just heard I thought the girlfriend stuff, messing with the pregnant woman. I thought that was some fake news, so I didn't even go and even pay attention to it. I didn't. So what is the biggest deal with Ed Orgeron? What? Because I missed it because I wasn't on the air. What was y'all talking about? What was the big deal?
Well, he resigned.
Okay, he resigned. Wait a minute. He resigned or they fired him?
The same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. If you resign, you don't get your money.
He's gonna step aside, but he's gonna but he gets to get his money.
So they're doing it both ways, Haller. So you get to do it both ways. You get to leave on down and still get your bread. Yeah. So in other words, you get to finish this term out. That's the thing. And there's still a month and a half left to go in the season. Remember, all they got to do is have a 500 record to qualify for a bowl game. So LSU will play in a bowl. And
I bet they don't let them play.
And it's not going to be one of the big money bowls they're accustomed to. It'll probably be somewhere in Houston or somewhere, and it won't even be the Cotton Bowl. It might be Shreveport again, Independence Bowl or something, but it's going to be a bowl.
Hey Chris, I got a question for you. You've been a coach and you've been in this situation. You've been a coach for all of these years. Coach Trey Phillips just said something. You got to keep that thing in your pants when you ain't winning. Is that a problem? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny because he made the comment. Is that one of the biggest challenges for a coach? Is to keep his thing in his pants while he's on one of these college campuses? That's why they sometimes frown on the single coaches, and sometimes want coaches to get married on these college
Well,
campuses?
he's married though, isn't he married?
I don't know. No. I ain't talking about him. I'm just talking about, is that a problem for coaches to keep the thing in their pants? Is there?
No, I don't think so. Obviously there's some guys that we can point to that have had some issues, but in my tenure as a coach, yes, I've seen a couple of situations where guys have done some things, but but again, I mean, if you use the word single, I'm like, how do most of those coaches are married doing that mess? So
Okay,
single stuff don't really factor in.
It was a coaching search one time, and I was talking to a board of regents, and one of their concerns was the guy was single. That's why I said
funny?
that.
That's hilarious to me because one of my boys just got a head job.
Yeah.
And he's single.
Yeah.
And he said, man, I had to let the people that were doing the search say, hey, man, I'm about to get engaged, or I'm like, why?
Duh.
But here's my thing. The funny thing is, again, you do what you want. It's just like vaccine. Hey, man, do what you want, man. Live with the consequences. But when people come to you and says, well, it just looks better when they're married and have kids. Man, what does it got to do with this dude running rampant? Do you want somebody that's going to help you win or not? Is winning the most important thing or not? Because when you win, they don't care. You know what it's called? Winning the press conference. That's what they're trying to win. They're trying to win the press conference. Man, we got us an upstanding Christian young man who has 4 lovely kids, and then he can't win a game. And guess what they say? Get his ass out of here. So what does this got to do with
I got you. Okay. All right.
Plausible liability. Well, why would you guys hire a single guy? He's running around on the campus. Well, the married guy's doing it. What do you mean? It's part of the hiring process, man. It's part of the hiring process. It's if they want to win the press conference, man, they want to look good when they're hiring people. There's a guy, Bo Ryan. He's the head coach of Wisconsin. Look the story up. And again, this is a story that don't get legs. Do you know that Bo Ryan was using company funds for his affair? He's probably gonna get in the Hall of Fame. He was using company funds to fund his affair. You don't hear about that. That's why he's not the head coach at Wisconsin anymore. But they swept
I thought it was because he couldn't do the. I was thought they let him go if they saw him do the Dougie that one time, and they made that video go viral.
He know how to do a Dougie. He know how to do the Dougie with company money. I'm just saying.
But Chris, I like the way you danced around that, but I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it, and because you said, and I didn't say single guys on it. I'm saying coaches, all of them, married, whatever, the coaches. What I was you danced around it, but I like the way you danced. But I was talking about, is it a problem in your expertise of keeping y'all pants zipped up?
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
Next question. Are they men?
There you go. That's all you had to do is say that.
Well, listen, everybody.
But understand, with Ed O,
some guys can work around that situation.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, that's what I wanted you to say. You know, and I don't know what y'all, Chris, and I'm glad the feed is working a lot better now because there's just so many topics. Chris, I guess I don't.
Your homeboy is one of them, Hatter. Which is ridiculous. You called me with that mess today. Your homeboy is one of them. He your homeboy. And that is the problem with these knuckleheads today.
I hate telling you stuff.
Ben Simmons says, got a cell phone, Hatter. A cell phone. Jimmy, do you hear what I just said?
Hey, no, Jimmy finna take up from Jimmy. Gonna take up from Ben. Well, he had to have his cell phone cause he might have to call somebody.
I didn't give no opinion in his favor about him with the cell phone. I laid the grounds of understanding as the relationship was at zero between him and Doc Rivers already. Now, meanwhile, doing your job is doing you. So that means they're both at the point where I'm just doing the bare minimum to do my job and around this guy. I don't even want to
But
talk with
Chris,
him. I don't
but
even want to
Jimmy,
speak with him.
Jimmy, that's not the issue. The issue is somebody should have said, dude, we're trying to get traded. Just go in there and just be cool for a few minutes. Can nobody control? I mean, you talk to the godpappy. Ben Simmons was never a player that I just never wanted to meet. And he'd have passed by me several times.
Well, one of the things is still, though, understand, Ben Simmons, like I said a while ago, Ben Simmons had shifted into Deshaun Watson mode at practice. Remember when Deshaun first came to practice?
Talk about that, Jimmy.
You just come there, put your uniform on. You ain't taking no reps with the first team. You just going through and Deshaun did similar thing. He stood off to the side, but they did not go and say, Deshaun, come run with the third string.
Now,
they put Ben Simmons' ass on the third string. Run with the third string. So it was like, Ben was like, I guess I can't speak for him, but I can see the mind over matter of a young 20-something-year-old versus the mind
I
of
don't
a
see it.
50-something.
I'm glad you see it.
So you don't think that 20-something-year-olds have minute understandings or have
Jimmy,
let me
tell you something.
The capacity to not think.
I know what young people are going through.
Rivers, mind?
When we started the show, I know what people are going through. I started the show off with talking about praying for these young people. So I know what young people I talk to. But this mess that he's doing, he's got an army, a battery of people that should be around him. He's in a professional environment. Jimmy, some of the shit he's doing is not going to ever be forgivable by some people. You talk about the mind of being on the third string. You know what Jimmy's brother did? When they tried to he said, give me the third string and I'm going to beat all y'all's ass with the third string.
Well, he cut from a different cloth.
And that's why, guess what? That's why he with a championship franchise. All I'm telling y'all, I'm not making no excuse because when I go and look at the kid's history, when they tell me how they had to placate to his ass at LSU, tell me I shouldn't have to go to class. Chris Walker, what did you say yesterday about kids going to overtime and not valuing education, but they are getting the education down there? But you saying that it cringe. I heard you say it really. I ain't never heard you say something like this. That really makes you mad because a lot of stuff don't make you mad because you just let it go off the. But you said that really makes you mad when people don't value education.
Oh, it bothers me. It bothers me to no end.
But this guy Ben Simmons, you scrub me, homeboy. You ain't been with the team. You ain't up to speed. Get your ass on the scout team. The man asked him, come in on the defense. Just can't you play defense? Because you're supposed to be a defensive player of the year. Oh, he coming back in a second. He did that on his own. He was supposed to be a defensive player of the year, Jimmy. So I'm just trying to, like I said, it's two subjects after the day. I just really don't care. But they keep making news, so you have to talk about it. But I don't care to talk about it. I'm not, Jimmy, I love what you're saying. Well, he's a young kid.
No. That ain't saying he's a young. No. I said the brain of a 20-something-year-old is not going to outthink the brain of the 60-year-old.
Ain't nobody trying to get him to outthink. What are they trying to get him to outthink?
It's going to be. Here's the thing. It's going to be mind over matter. No matter what, those people around him ain't standing on the sidelines with him during the practice session. So that means they prepped you for this moment. They prepped you to go in the battle. Hey, man, but they don't understand.
He had his phone in his pocket. All he had to do was call him. He had his phone in his pocket.
The phone is understand, Heather. I don't think you understand this. This is not just one issue in practice.
I know it's not.
This was every day was a different issue in practice. It just seeded itself when Doc Rivers just kicked him out on yesterday.
Hey, Jimmy, I'd like to hear some guy, Nathan Jones. I want you to tell me how in the hell this is Philly's fault. I love when people come. When you put it up there, Nathan, I'm going to see it. Explain to me. Don't just give me. Now, hold up. I'm going to challenge what you say, Nathan. So, Philly knew the conditions of Simmons, their fault. Tell me how it's Philly's fault. I just want to hear that. Now, you keep talking, Jimmy. I love when people come on there with that kind of stuff right there. I want to know why it's Philly's fault.
Sometimes, and this, understand something. What Ben is doing is, in his mind, you have to realize, you're talking about young boys that's got countless amount of money, and so they're thinking, you grow outside of reality. And this long been established that the NBA is what they call a players league. That means many times, players have gotten head coaches fired in the NBA, assistant coaches alike. So that means have they not?
No, I ain't talking to you, Jimmy. I'm sorry. You keep talking. I'm sorry. Don't pay attention to me. Nathan just said, it's their fault. He clearly told him he won't have.
No, Nathan, they ain't gonna get it.
Nathan, I ain't seen your name, Nathan. Nathan.
Dame Lillard wants out of Portland. Don't get it twisted. He's never said it publicly, but you can best believe he wants out of Portland. And guess what? He's not going about it like that.
Nathan.
This is on Ben. Ben Simmons will the way to make people to overcome this. Wherever he goes, it's kind of like the Jimmy Butler saga in Minnesota. You mentioned Jimmy Butler a while ago. You know what made Jimmy Butler shed that jacket off his back from Minnesota was when he got to Miami. He won. He went to Philly first. Remember now, he had a slight jacket. He left Minnesota, goes to Philly. Had a slight jacket. It still was on his back. Wasn't all the way off. May have took one sleeve off. He gets to Miami. The same Jimmy Butler, who everybody said everything is about, he takes Miami to the NBA Finals, right? They don't win the finals. They take them to the finals. Still, that's a championship within itself. So now and guess what happens? People start to want to come play with Jimmy Butler. So players would want to come play with Jimmy Butler. Remember, it came close. Miami was a suitor for James Harden. Just like the Rockets was a suitor for Jimmy Butler about 2 years ago. So people want to start playing with you, and you have helped establish a reinsert a winning culture in Miami. Now, back to Ben. Wherever Ben goes, until he gets there and win heavily with whatever hand he's dealt, then people will start to forget about that in due time. But right now, he's, whatever, like I say, it's going to be tough. It's going to be rough for him. And it's going to be peaks and valleys. And right now, you're in the valley.
Jimmy,
he's in the valley.
Jimmy, Jimmy, we got somebody new on it. Nathan, I don't want to spend much time on this one. Nathan, you called me on a good day. Nathan, I'm asking you to go back and look at your tweets again, or your comments again. Simmons requested a trade. So why didn't they just honor him? Regardless of the contract, they set it up for this. Nathan, I don't know what you do for a living, but I would like for you, if you was and Nathan, me being around this business for 30 years, you just can't walk in there. You just accepted an extension of a contract. You said regardless of contract. but you accept it. So you get mad because the coach say something. I'm glad I played it so Jimmy can amend what he was saying about it. Or the coach just said what he said. And you gets mad. One of the reasons because Doc Rivers, but Doc Rivers covered for him and took up for him 99 times. But the one time he just said, I don't know. So Jimmy, what you say? They don't remember what they ate for breakfast. I guess he just remember. So Doc Rivers, hold up. I done heard Doc Rivers tell a reporter, man, are you serious? This Doc Rivers. You expect for me to leave Ben Simmons on the bench? One of the best players in the world on the bench? That's why you over there writing and I'm over here coaching. Next game. Me, bench Ben Simmons? Me, I mean, all through the year. So, the time that he did this, Doc Rivers, let me play it for y'all, for Nathan. Let me play it for Nathan.
You think Ben Simmons can still be a point guard for a championship team like the one you guys want to become?
Yeah, David, I don't know that question or the answer to that right now. So I don't know the answer to that.
Now, Nathan, I'm going to play that again for you. You said, you and Jimmy said Doc bashed him. The kid got mad. I just played to you what he's mad about. Sonya Billingsley, I want you to look at this. I want you to hear it again. Hear it for Nathan, too. And y'all explain to Nathan, because I ain't got time for him right now. I'm going to play it. He said he bashed him. A question was asked to Doc, and this is what Doc said.
Doc, you think Ben Simmons can still be a point guard for a championship team like the one you guys want to become?
Yeah, David, I don't know that question or the answer to that right now. So I don't know the answer to that.
And Nathan, I just don't like people to put bad words in people's mouth. How in the hell he was wrong? He don't know. Hey, Nathan, let me explain to you. Nathan, it has never happened before, so he don't know. He don't know, Nathan. Nathan, none of us know about how we gonna win and who gonna win a championship. None of us. Russell Westbrook said it. Jimmy, I'm clicking through the channels last night. Russell Westbrook, he's in he got a special on one of the shows. Nathan, he said, and Nathan, hear this because you sounded like a fan, Nathan. And the fan is the root word for fanatic. But check this out, Nathan. I wrote these notes down last night, a couple of nights ago. There's a short amount of time in your career that you have to win a championship. Let me repeat that. Russell Westbrook, in his special, said there's a short, I've been telling y'all this for 5 years, but guess what? Russell Westbrook, he went to 2 finals, got beat. He said, and he regrets some things. Hold on. He said, there's a short amount of time in your career that you can win a championship, okay? You can wake up and say, I'm great, so I'm going to win a championship. Ben Simmons. Russell said, it don't work that way. You have to, hold up, let me give you the reasons why, Nathan. You have to stay healthy. Chris Walker's back already. Nathan, you have to be in a good, this is Russell Westbrook, not Robert Hatter. So yeah, go look at the special. He said, you have to have a good organization. You have to have good coaching. He said, you got to be lucky. A lot of things have to go your way and able to win. Nathan, do me a favor and go through the history of NBA champions. Go through the history. It's a lot of teams, the same teams in the same organizations won a whole lot of these same, the Boston and LA and all them kind of guys. Nathan, everybody don't win no championship. I tried to tell everybody this. They don't understand what I'm just trying to say. But Ben Simmons, polar fella, and Nathan, I don't find no fault in see, Nathan, being a guy that is a proprietor that owns stuff and got employees, all I'm doing sometimes, Nathan, instead of looking at what the player, I look at what the boss got to say. You follow me? Because guess what? You know, like I used to explain to people about the Colin Kaepernick situation. But Chris, we can't sit up here and think you're going to go and make this great living and it's not going to be no consequences. What it said, to whom much is given, Nathan, much is required. That's all. If it's a lot been given to Ben. I know for a fact, Ben been whining about, I want to play on the West Coast. I like it out here. I got a big mansion out here. And guess what? Everybody else know that, Nathan. So you telling me, Chris, Nathan says, this is what Nathan said, Jim. I'm paraphrasing. If Chris, he said, they knew they should have honored his request a long time ago. It's their fault this is happening. They should have honored his request and traded him. Chris, what you Jimmy said, man, everybody want to be traded. Well, that's you, Chris.
In the contract. What's wrong with this dude, man? You don't own the team. You don't own the team, sir. You're a player, not an owner.
And guess what he said his favorite? Guess who he said? Hold up. Chris, Jimmy, this one you should have got. See, Jimmy don't support me like I do. Jimmy, you should have saw that comment while I was talking. He said, I'm a fan of the Charlotte Hornets. The worst fucking team in the league. And he a fan of the Charlotte Hornets. So, Chris, I'm going to leave Nathan alone.
Leave Nathan alone, man.
Huh? How you doing?
Nathan alone, man. He likes the Hornets, man. He likes the What's his name? He likes the ball.
Charlotte ain't nothing but the new Memphis. Hell. they the new Memphis Grizzlies.
I'm just glad Memphis got a team. And Jimmy always be mentioning the Memphis Grizzlies around me. You ain't never heard me coming here talking about go Grizzlies, go. Go Grizzlies, go. Ever. I like Ja Morant.
And he happened to wear a Grizzly uniform, and so last year in the playoffs last year, you said go Grizzlies tonight.
He can come in here with a Astros uniform on, and I'll cheer for Ja Morant. He can have on a Cowboy uniform. I can have I like a Ja Morant. So you can go on with that. Chris, how you doing?
That's the same thing you rooted. Just like saying you're a Mookie fan. But you
I ain't no Springer fan. I'm not a.
Said, go Dodgers.
I'm not.
You told me go Dodgers.
Hold up. I'm not a Carrera fan. You ain't. Hey, they got that. They got the stock.
Fernando Tatis.
Hey, Jimmy. It's my time. They finna run your ass out of town, boy. You talking about it's my time?
No, I can't wait. I've been waiting on y'all to bring up the Astros. Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it right now.
I like players, Nathan. I don't like teams.
Hey, you know what? Right? I've been waiting on y'all to bring up the Astros all this time. I've been waiting. Let's go.
What time is it?
What time is it?
I've been waiting on this right now. Time. Let's roll my sleeves on up because I need Raw Wells to hop in there with y'all. Here we go. Now,
I was with you last night. I was with Jimmy last night.
I know he was. Oh, I feel sorry for him.
I said, Jimmy, you gonna lose a liver, man. Stop all that drinking. It's not gonna change anything. He was losing. I'm like, stop it. Just
Hold
stop
on,
it, man.
Hold on, Chris. This for Jimmy. Chris, let me play this for Jimmy right quick.
My fault, OG. No, ain't no my fault, OG. No, ain't no my.
It's my fault, OG. Come on, Chris. Get on it. Chris,
listen,
so he was drinking?
I was with him last night, and he was crying like a baby. Man, look at all the records have been broken. He drove me around about 7 places. Here's the thing. This is how people love the Astros. Hey, man, we're going to go over here, man. It'll be a lot of atmosphere. Ghosts, we're going to go over here. It's going to be a lot of people there. Crickets, we're going to go over there. It's going to be a lot of people there.
What?
Nobody there. I'm telling you right now, people know what time it is. The game was over in the second inning.
What?
Second inning. Dustin ate 7 toothpicks before the game even. Before he got the first inning, he ate about 8 toothpicks, man. It's over. And Dustin don't even have a contract. Jimmy told me that yesterday. I said, what? He don't have a contract. Is that why? That's probably why he's coaching the way he's coaching, huh? And the Astros are lucky they only down 2-1 because they shouldn't have won game one. They shouldn't have won game one. And Jimmy was talking so much mess after game one.
Hold
and
up.
He went to game two.
Hold up, Chris.
No, hold up, Hannah.
Okay,
come on. He said about the peanuts.
Come on,
Ask him what he
Cletus.
said about the peanuts.
Come on,
Ask him
Cletus.
what he told me about the peanuts. What'd you tell me about the peanuts?
He
Jimmy?
keeps some of them.
No. He's at the game. Ask him what he said about the peanuts at the game. That's how bad it is getting that head beat in.
What, Jimmy? What happened to the peanut? Oh, you don't want to say that? Okay, hey, Chris, let me show you something. Mindy. Hey, Mindy, let me show you something, Mindy. Let me show you how I am, Mindy. Mindy, you got to follow me on this one, Mindy. I'm at the function yesterday. Also going on in Atlanta, it was a golf tournament in Atlanta that a top athlete was given. I ain't gonna call his name, just Google it. You'll find out. And I was at one here. So some people FaceTime me from the Atlanta event, messing with me. And the person said, I'm talking to Robert Haller. Somebody came out the back. Robert Haller for Memphis, give me the phone. Guess who it was, Chris? Otis Nixon. A legend for Atlanta. Guess what he told me? Guess what he told me, Chris? Guess what he told me? He said, Haller, wherever you want to go with the Braves play, I've got you. Hold on. We go to the World Series, I got you. Hold on. I ain't thinking about Mookie no more after yesterday. I'm with the Braves.
Oh my God, this dude here.
And first of all,
Hey, let
you know what? I got a text while y'all was talking. Somebody just reminded me. Jimmy, didn't you just say you can't talk baseball with everybody? And so that brought me back on my perch. I just realized you can't talk baseball with it. I just realized that, right? First of all, Chris, Otis Nixon didn't play no shortstop. He was a center fielder.
He played second baseman.
He was outfielder.
I don't care what, Jimmy. I don't care what he played.
It don't matter. I don't like the Braves.
He was on my FaceTime yesterday. He want to come on the show. Hey, Mindy. I might not know nothing about baseball, but I got somebody who played the game, and I can't wait for him to come on the show. And I want him to direct every question and every comment to Mindy Collins. And because he ain't gonna talk to Jim. He goes, hey man, you's a bench rider. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. So yes. Hey, Jimmy, let me tell you something. I'm like you. I sit up and tell you about the NFL and the NBA, and you done read in a damn newspaper, and you gonna come. So guess what I've been doing, Mindy? I've been reading up on y'all. Mindy, I've been reading up on a game that I don't even like to play, don't even like to watch. And then when I saw all of them damn super spreaders in there the other night.
How do you like Tatis?
Love Tatis. That's my favorite player.
Hey, Jimmy, listen. Jimmy not gonna talk because right now, if the Astros were winning, listen. You know, we were with a coach last night. I said, man, look at everybody in here with this orange on. And Jimmy came on the chop shop with cowboy blue on, talking about he's supporting the Astros. Not one lick of orange. And I'm just telling you. And you know what the dude said to him? And guess what the dude said to him? He said, Jimmy, you not a real fan. You the only Astros fan. He don't have no orange on and don't have no blue on. Did he not tell you that last night, Chief?
What?
He chopped him up. He chopped him up.
He should have. And Mindy.
He should have.
Wait a minute. Hey, go with Jimmy. You go text last night. They gonna let Granky play tonight. What Granky been? What Granky go get his.
Now you done said something that validates a conversation to you. Because you can't talk baseball to everybody. Remember last week when I'm telling y'all asses, and I'm telling y'all about what the Astros needed to do. I'm telling y'all last week what they needed to do. This dude was your ace. He has the most postseason experience of anybody on your pitching staff of a starter. I'm going to remind you, in case you guys may have forgot, did y'all know that Greinke won the Cy Young Award? He's a Cy Young winner. Chris, do you know what a Cy Young winner is? What
What's your point?
qualifies for that
Do you?
award?
I don't coach the Astros. What's your point?
Hold on. We talking about Greinke right now. Greinke is finally, he's been named the starter for Game 4. Normally, understand what that means. Here's what that means. In baseball, normally the starter of Game 4 would be the starter of Game what?
1.
No, 7. 7.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
now you bring Greinke in at the most opportune time. Greinke, and know what they did I like last night that they didn't do before. Greinke used to be in the bullpen down in center field. Greinke was in the dugout last night, getting that bird's eye view and getting the game feel. Let me tell you something.
Really?
I'm saying something.
Really?
Come on, Jim. Come
right
on.
now, Greinke can't do worse. What's the worst thing that a pitcher could do on the baseball field as far as runs? What's the absolute worst type of hit that he could give up? You know what that
Home run.
is? No, that's not the worst. What's the worst?
Grand slam home run.
That's the worst. The worst that Greinke can do. The worst that he could do.
And y'all done gave up 2 of them in one game. Yep.
No. 3 other of his co-workers have already matched that.
Jimmy.
So
Jimmy, hold on, Jimmy. You can't talk baseball with everybody. They gave up 2 grand slams in one game. I saw that.
We gave up 3 in this series.
I'm talking about the one game, man. Leave me alone. You know what? That's why I love Mindy. You know what Mindy said to you the other day, Jimmy? When we got off the air. Jimmy, don't do too much bragging now, because Boston can play. Mindy told your ass that last Thursday.
I don't think y'all understand. What is it, dude? The record, listen, you lost to Boston in Boston after getting blown out by them in Game 2. Boston has set a record by becoming the first team in postseason history, in the history of baseball, to produce over 10 hits in like 16 consecutive games. Something like that.
That's awesome. So what are you saying?
That means there's no team in the history of baseball that's been hotter at the plate than the Boston Red Sox at any span of the postseason. That's what that means, right? Now, and I said 16 games. Let me bring that back. 7 straight games. That's the record.
Yeah, I was gonna say
7 straight games in the postseason. 7 straight games in the postseason with 10 or more hits. That's what Boston has done. They're the first team in the history of baseball with 3 grand slams in the postseason. And this is just in the same series. So guess what? Boston won that game. I would have rather to lose that game 12-3 than to lose it 4-3. That was a convincing win.
Man, you got more excuses. You got
no, there ain't no excuse.
I ain't never do.
That's not an excuse.
Coming out of your mouth right now.
Psychologically, you rather get your ass whooped than to get nubbed and you have a deal on the ropes and you could have knocked them out. Because know what that means? That means after a game, you've gotten it out of it. It's easy to leave that in the locker room. It's easy to leave that down.
Jimmy, you know what? Jimmy, you know what?
In the words of Dusty Baker, it's easier to flush it down the toilet. That's what it's easy to do. So now, once again, back to Greinke.
You read that Chronicle too damn much,
last week, and you guys were pushing back. Man, Greinke done. No, Greinke ain't done. Something happened. You don't go from being an ace.
We don't care.
No, it's proving it now. But no. I'm showing you that I was right last week. Greinke is serviceable, and he's going to pitch, which he's starting tonight in one of the most important games of the season for this Astro team.
I want the Astros to win, Jimmy. I don't want Dusty to lose. But keep going.
Guess what? We talking about Greinke right now.
What about Greinke?
Better when you weren't talking. Nobody want to talk about no Astros.
Greinke, I don't expect for Greinke to be the savior. Here's the thing with the Astros. Astros had here's the thing. The 1, 2, 3 batters. That's Altuve, Brantley, and Bregman have been horrible in this series. Horrible as a collective unit. Those 3 have to produce and give us some runs to get out in front of these guys early on. We can't be in counter mode. Altuve has to be more patient at the plate.
Hold up.
He has to.
Jimmy, hold
His
up.
job is to get
Can I
on
interject
base
something?
by
You
any
know I ain't
means
got a long
necessary.
memory. Can I interject something? Altuve was missing. Wasn't he messing up in the field last night?
Altuve
Two
made
errors,
a
two
key
straight
error,
games.
a pivotal error in the second inning. A pivotal error. And that ain't his first error. He made an error the other day.
Jimmy.
What minute?
Before the Grand Slam, Jimmy.
The at bat before the grand slam was a double play that would have gotten them out of the inning. Altuve, he fumbles the ball, misplays the ball, and that set the stage for a bases loaded setting, which the next batter
Hey, Jimmy, watch this. Jimmy, in the words of Chris Walker.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Come on, Jimmy. Come on back. Hey, I'm just
Jimmy,
over.
I just got one question, Jimmy. I got one question. Where we gonna watch Big Papi predict another beatdown tonight? While
Big Papi was acting crazy. Did y'all see Big Papi?
Yo, Big Papi, I like Big Papi though.
Guess what?
Guess what?
Big Papi, you could tell that Big Papi is invested in this series more than just emotionally. You could tell. Big Papi got bets probably all over the table.
Oh, okay.
You can just tell when a guy's acting a different way. He ain't just emotionally. Boston been there before. And he's been on the broadcast before when they played the Astros and when Boston went and beat the Astros last time a couple of years ago. But you could just tell Big Papi got something else going on right now. And guess what? It's your day. You won that. One thing about baseball, man, a team can go and score 10 runs one day and come back and score 0 or 1 run the next.
Chris, I got something for you, Chris.
Hey, man.
Listen, man, I like the way you keep taking up for your team.
If a pitcher is making his mark, and then Chris,
he said he liked the way you take up for your team.
What's that?
Chris said he liked the way.
I'm calling.
Last night is terrible.
Okay, check up. Okay, what do the Yankees need to do to get to the World Series this year? What about the Yankees? How they do? How the hell is it working out for the Yankees right now? Tell us about your team.
Why you getting on, man? Calm down.
I want to know how. I'm asking for a friend.
It's time for you guys.
Jimmy, he shouldn't have did that, Jimmy, that's bulletin board material.
You know what happened last night?
You see what the picture did, right? The pitcher from Boston did this after striking out another player.
No, he didn't. No.
Hold on. And then first thing Cora did, Cora tells him, shouts out immediately, no, don't do that. So then after the game, they interviewed the pitcher for the Boston, and he apologized for saying that and just say, that's the spirit of the game. So then guess what? Carlos Carrera don't have no idea at this moment what he said in front of that microphone about apologizing. So the other microphone, they go to Carlos Carrera and know what Carlos Carrera says? That gives me even more respect for Carlos Carrera. Carlos Carrera, I'm paraphrasing. Carlos Carrera says this. He said, I appreciate that. I embrace that. He's at home. And guess what? He said, that's what baseball needs. He said, yeah, that's good. That. He said, that's what baseball needs. Baseball, he said, I don't think you guys, it need more people keeping it 100, being real. He said, we talk smack amongst each other. Ain't nothing wrong with him saying that, him doing that. That's good for the game. So I like Carlos Carrera's response there. And I'm the same way. Why should the hell she have to apologize for mocking Carlos Carrera with the wrist? That's part of the game.
That's part of the game. Not, hey, Chris.
Because it's baseball.
Hey, Chris, that's why I love Fernando Tatis. Hey, I ain't never seen nothing like
Hatter, you the worst baseball fan ever.
I know.
Just go where the wind go.
Yes.
You just go where the wind go. You change players every week, man.
I concur. Hey.
You're the worst baseball fan ever, man.
I concur. Hey, guess what?
You know what Jimmy was chopping you up last. You know what Jimmy kept saying last night? Yeah, had a little bets, but look at Kiki Hernandez. They trade like he kept saying it every time.
Who in the hell is Kiki Hernandez?
No. It wasn't an even. My statement about Kiki is that it ain't like you just got a bag of marbles for Mookie. Mookie got a championship, so he's worth all his value and an MVP since he's been a Dodger. So Mookie Betts is playing with house with I mean, he's ahead of the curve. Well, no matter what the hell he do, he's a Hall of Famer no matter what happens.
Listen.
Now, Kiki Hernandez is a young fella who's just he batting about 600 right now.
But I don't even know who he is. Jimmy, I like Tatis. I don't know Kiki.
He's the guy that made that diving catch.
He's the guy tearing the Astros up.
I ain't been
diving catch.
Hey, ask Mindy. Mindy, will you tell them, Mindy? Mindy said, how they ain't watching them damn games? Hell no, I'm not going to watch no Astros. I just look at the highlights when they get their head, toe clean off the meat rack. And guess what? That's all I do, Chris. Chris, you know what, Chris? That's why I'm always having fun. I don't never get mad about sports no more. I was a little boy.
Hold on now.
No, when I'm little? No, when I was young.
Okay.
When I was young.
We can say two names. We can talk about two situations.
I didn't never get mad if they lost. I get mad when y'all talk about James Harden and who else? Who mother?
Penny Hardaway.
Hardaway.
Yeah, you can't talk about it. But that's different. That's different.
And now we see Doc Rivers.
Yeah. That's like Chris shit. No, hey, no. And you hold up, Benji Simmons. All I said was, hey, let me tell you something. I don't never come in here saying James lost last night. I come in and say James had 40. See, y'all don't understand, man. I just like the players. And once y'all figure that out, y'all gonna understand how. That's why I can never have a bad day. Because guess what? I can't stand Chris Walker and cheering for Dallas, but guess what? I like that. You follow me? Yeah, I'm just trying to help y'all out. Jimmy, you know why I said that, Jimmy? I want to share with some people some stuff. Because I look at the fans from New Orleans. Serious, Jimmy. I was thinking about them the other day. And first of all, Jimmy, did you see what happened in Jackson State this weekend? You know, because you was a little wavery on them because they lost to the SLU and you started,
Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah, whatever that is. So, but take a look at this, y'all. And they had their mask on, Jimmy. Jimmy, you look around this crowd, it was mask. They had their mask on in this crowd. Let me tell y'all something. They ain't gonna talk about this on mainstream TV. We got to talk about this. They had more fans at this game, Jimmy, than the Mississippi State and Alabama game, Jimmy. That man, let me tell y'all something. I saw something about that guy, man. This guy's still out here coaching. I know y'all gonna say he just coaching because that's his job. But Jimmy, I saw this yesterday, Jimbo, and you got, hold up, I'm trying to see, here it is. I got to show you this, man. I saw this. Come on, I know I downloaded it. Please tell me I downloaded it. Oh, there it is. This how that guy's foot look, man. That's how Deion's foot look, Jimmy. He been dealing with this stuff for years. And I got to talk about this, y'all. Yeah, we can talk about this. Jimmy, we can talk about the Nets and we can talk about it. But let me show you something what Coach Prime did the other night to this young man. Watch this, y'all.
I'm proud of y'all. Y'all know how to mind you right now. Okay? You got something?
Coach Prime, yeah, I got a bone to pick with you.
Okay, first of all, who mom is this?
That's Tito.
Where's Tito at?
That's Tito, man. Tito!
You got a bone to pick with me? I know.
Coach Prime, you ain't been taking care of my baby.
So they been taking your baby?
No.
They been taking your baby?
Problem.
It's a problem. Mama said, I don't like having problems with mama, so you know what I'm gonna do? Full scholarship.
just in case y'all didn't understand what was going on, the mama was in on it. Watch this. Another
I'm
angle.
darn proud of y'all, and y'all a hot commodity right now. Okay? What you got some on?
Coach Prime.
Yes.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Okay, first of all, who mom is this?
That's Tito.
Where's Tito at?
That's Tito, man. Tito!
Your mama got a bone to pick with me?
That's 38. I don't know. What you talking about?
Coach Prime, you ain't been taking care of my baby.
So I ain't been taking care of your baby?
No.
I don't know.
I ain't been taking care of your baby?
They been taking care of me. What's the problem there?
It's a problem, because mama say, I don't like having problems with mama. So you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
Full scholarship.
Man, that's... And I know you don't like it. Some people don't like it. But, dog, that's just unbelievable. And, Jimmy, guess who was down there this weekend, Jimmy? Jimmy Hicks, guess who was in the crowd?
I know Steven Jackson was down there.
No, Jimmy, I got something better than that for you, Jimmy. I'm finna show you who was down there. Your homegirl was down there, Jimmy. Jimmy, hold on. And telling the mamas, hey, Jackson, stay hide your son. That's that girl. She was at the game, Jimmy. Jimmy, you talking about ain't no pros? It's the pros down there. What?
Get out.
Hey, think about this. Sonya said chills rolled through her body. Man, that dude, let me tell y'all something. They didn't put that on NBC, Jimmy. They didn't put that on CNN. They didn't even have that on ESPN. That, y'all, we have to play over and over and over again. Guess what he said about the little boy? Let me give you something about the little boy. He redshirted the little boy he was a walk-on last year, Jimmy. Guess what the little boy did? He was the cameraman. He said, that's all right. I want to be a part of the team. You remember what you said when the young cats just go and be a part of the team? That's how they be promoted. Jimmy, you talking about the little white cats? This little boy was the cameraman. And guess what Deion said? He said, the kid knew he was better than some of the guys that was playing in front of him. But he never murmured, never complained. He never did anything. Even when the mama walked in, he said, Mama, they've been taking care of me. What you talking about? Let me tell y'all something. The only thing they had my boy from Memphis in there, Jimmy, Young Dolph. And I don't like that music they was playing. But let me tell you something. Y'all, we can't let nobody else paint no picture of Deion Sanders to us. Let's paint our own picture. Y'all see it. Y'all, can you imagine how that mama, Jimmy, what we said about that free education, that mama ain't got to pay for that boy no more? Man, that man doing it, man. That man doing it. Proud of him. Shout out to him. Let me see what something else I wanted to share with y'all, Jimmy, that we didn't get a chance to talk this week about. We'll talk next weekend, Jimmy, because I want people to really understand, Jimmy, that Brett what his name, Brett Bielema, the coach for from that took over at Illinois, that took over for Lovie Smith. Jimmy, he come talking about the players on the team, trying to say Lovie left him with a bunch of sorry players. Brett Bielema, I think that's his name. Y'all got. Did you see that? Did you see it in the news, Chris? Chris Walker, you froze up like a boy. You look good, man. Get off the screen looking like that, man.
You like that Dallas Cowboy
No,
guy.
I'm taking my dude off the screen. You got to be off the screen. You look you look like that dude you had singing. But Jimmy, I got to play. Jimmy, coaches shouldn't do what this dude did, man. This dude came talking about his players. Damn, Jimmy, where did you go? Oh, shit. I know you hadn't left nowhere. Yeah, but Jimmy, the man sit there and talk negative about his player. What that is Moody at? I got Chris Walker back. That is Chris Walker.
Talking about this. Wait on the sky. That is Moody. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about the sky on Women Rock Wednesday.
And I'm gonna put the banner up on Monday. Tomorrow. What
about the sky on Women Rock Wednesday?
Yeah.
Did you make a bet? Did you make a bet with Eddie's Moody?
No, we don't have to. But you done messed the whole game up with that old weak ass bet you talking about me and Jimmy did. That wasn't no bet.
It's Cowboy time. It's time for the Cowboys to win another
It's
Super
time for
Bowl.
it's Laker time tonight. It's
Jimmy.
Curry time.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hold on.
After the night, they're going to be quiet.
Hold on. Isn't Brooklyn playing at Milwaukee first?
Yes.
Don't somebody that wear number 13 play for Brooklyn?
Yes, my nephew.
Ain't he playing against the defending world champions and the MVP, the reigning MVP of the league?
Yes.
The MVP who just scored 50 points in his last closeout game against
number 13 wasn't playing. 13 was limping. Keep talking. 13 was limping. And that fool was being the fool. Keep talking.
So now, first of all, this game tonight, I don't think enough emphasis has been put on it because here's what it feels like. To me, it feels like people that are Brooklyn supporters are saying, well, this ain't our whole team. And my thing is, how the hell you know this ain't your whole team that's gonna play tonight? How the hell do you know this ain't your whole team? Because for all we
Who
know,
done said that? I know it ain't came out of my mouth.
I'm talking about why, dude. This matchup tonight, I'm gonna tell you what I'm curious about. Here's what I'm curious about. I'm gonna give you guys a homework assignment. You didn't have one in about a week out there. When your youngsters get home from school today, ask them who's playing tonight in the NBA. And I want to see what percentage when you come back tomorrow. If they said they knew the lineup, the doubleheader, ain't but two games. I'm curious to know the percentage of these guys who, remember, they say all of them claim they're going to the NBA. This is where they want to go. And you mean to tell me you haven't missed the NBA enough to be fired up to know who the hell is playing tonight? The four. Well, we ain't gonna say four. We're gonna talk about as many as 10. Well, not as many as 10 of the greatest players to ever play in the NBA will be on the courts collectively between those four teams tonight. Think about it. Kyrie, KD.
Kyrie ain't playing, man.
I'm sorry. James Harden, KD.
Yeah.
Greek Freak.
That's
Remember,
it.
Chris Milton is listed in that top 50.
Hell no.
He is listed in that recent thing.
Hell no. Well, not on this show.
I'm sorry. He's in the top 100 that was released last year or whatever. So understand, that's 4. Bron, AD, Westbrook, Rondo, Melo. That's 10. That's 9.
I can't believe you didn't put Dwight Howard, your best friend, in there. Because you're always bragging about him.
He's a Hall of Famer. Sugar Bridges is a Hall of Famer.
Sugar Bridges.
Sugar Bridges Hall of Famer. That's 10. Hold on. Then Steph Curry, Draymond. That's a dozen. Yeah, Draymond is one of the top 100. Unless Draymond leaves and goes somewhere else and stanked it up, you got to respect what he's done in that program. He's the ultimate.
He's part of the program. He's just on Steph's team. You know what? I learned something. No. Yeah, come on. Y'all. Hey, can I give y'all some information, y'all? Yeah, can I Chris? I got something for Chris Walker, man. Chris Walker is about to love this. Because y'all, and yes, we're going to talk about my baby tomorrow. We're talking about Don Staley tomorrow. But I saw some stuff the other day. Keep going, Jimmy. I'm trying to find it. And I'm going to share it with y'all. Keep going, Jimmy, about your narrative.
The narrative was,
I'm sorry.
Once again, I've challenged everyone when your youngster, your son or daughter gets home today from school, when you see them or talk to them, just out of the blue, act like you forgot. Hey, who plays today? Anything coming on TV? What game come on tonight? I need to watch. I want to watch some games tonight. And let's see what they say. And mind you, the correct answer is to give you all 4 teams, not to just I think the Lakers are playing. Give us all 4 teams.
I got
That's
it,
what we
Jim.
want.
I got 2 things for y'all I want to share with y'all. Y'all probably already know it, but it's just a couple of things. Cause at the cut and the start of the season, a lot of people got cut. 5 top NBA lottery picks were waived, cut this week. 5 top lottery picks. Damn, Jimmy, where you go? Were waived this week. Chris Walker. Chris, I want you to share this. We want to talk about this. Number 2 in 2014, Jabari Parker. Number 5 in 2014, Dante Exum. Number 3 in 2015, Jaleel Okafor. Number 5 in 2016, Chris Dunn. And number 8 in 2016, Marquise Chris. Just want to share. I just want to share with y'all how when Chris and I tell y'all how hard it is to make it in this NBA. Chris, since 2000, only 4 former number 1 picks did not sign a rookie scale extension before their final year of their contract. Kwame Brown, Greg Oden, Anthony Bennett, and DeAndre Ayton. He just didn't get that deal the other day. But the reason I'm saying this, y'all, I just want to, of course, I be want us to be understand what's going on out here. And I forget this, Chris, because I talk about it. And I want you to shed some light on it. Forbes listed its most valuable NBA teams this week, Chris. Number 1, Chris, the most valuable team is the New York Knicks, $5.8 billion. Number 2, the Golden State Warriors, $5.6 billion. Number 3, the Los Angeles Lakers, $5.5 billion. Number 4, the Chicago Bulls, $3.7 billion. Number 5, the Boston Celtics, 3.6. Then we got the Clippers, 3.3. Then the Brooklyn Nets, 3.2. The Houston Rockets, 2.7. The Toronto Raptors, 2.5. For the first time ever, there are 3 franchises worth more than $1 billion. $5 billion. But I saw some, Chris. When the Lakers, when Chris, and you help me out with this one, Chris. Okay, Jabari Parker might not get picked up. Chris, you there? Chris, I got and ladies and gentlemen, they phones off. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks haven't won an NBA title since y'all was talking about it's about the chips and it's about the chip. They'll be back in a second. It's about the chip, right? The Knicks hasn't won an NBA title since 1973 and haven't been a playoff regular. For them to be that high is ridiculous. The Lakers would have been worth 6 or 7 billion if they actually owned their arena. But y'all, I saw something the other day that got me. You see what Golden State is? We're going to end on this one. You see what Golden State is the 3rd ranked team? Golden State is worth $5.8 billion with a B. No, $5.6 billion. Now look at these dates. I'm reading y'all something. Yeah, I'm glad Chris back because I want him to hear this. Chris, I'm glad you're back because I want you to hear this. Golden State is worth $5.6 billion, right? The Golden State Warriors were worth $450 million when Steph Curry arrived. And now they worth $5.6 billion. I'm going to repeat that. The Golden State Warriors, according to Forbes, are worth $5.6 billion with a B today. When they were worth $400 million when Steph Curry arrived. His impact has been huge. And that's what I keep trying to explain to y'all. The players might get the salary, but the owners get the equity. They done took these $450 million investment and turn it into 5.66, valuated at 5.6 billion. That's generational money for his family. Stephen Curry don't factor into none of that.
But here's the thing though.
I understand.
They got to those guys, whoever those owners are.
Yeah,
they
Joe
had
Lacob
a starting.
Yeah.
They had a starting point where they probably had $40 million, bought into something, invested into something well to the point where they could buy a team. So the question is, the guys that like Steph Curry and LeBron, how do they? Because they came from nothing. Not Steph Curry, but guys like LeBron came from nothing. Guys like some of these other players who make $40 million a year. The kid Jackson at Memphis just got 5 years, $104 million. What did they do with the money after that? So maybe 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, they can be like LeBron trying to buy a team. That's the real question of what's going on. Because you always talk about like Ty Law, his success with his wine. Charles Woodson, who's doing a great job on TV, his success with his wine. I told these guys about Drew Bledsoe. I saw this show thing on Better with Age. He's got a vineyard all over. I mean, top 50 wine in the world. Like the question is, they don't get to be the owners right away just because they make a lot of money. You're right. The owners make a lot of money. Yeah. The question is, do they have the intention or do they have the vision of being in that situation one day? Because Serena and Venus, they own a part of the Dolphins. It might be a small part, but they own part of the Dolphins. Usher, if I'm not mistaken, owns
limited. They got very limited partnerships. Very limited.
I get you. I get you, but they're still considered owners. They're still considered owners. And I'm just saying, what do these players, and you would know this, do these players have that type of vision, or do they get locked out? Well, God, like,
of course they'll get locked out, like Chris, because you have to get voted in, Chris. In the NFL and the NBA, they have to vote you in. Remember, Chris, the board of governors Chris Walker can come up with all this money, like when Mark Lowry and Alex Rodriguez came aboard. They had to vote them in. So me, you, Chris Walker, and all of us can have enough money, but we still got to be voted into the club, Chris. Got to be voted.
I agree. No, I agree. I'm just saying, but the question is, when you make the comment that it's worth $5 billion now, that guy grew his business. It also coincided with the business changing. I guess television revenue, like a lot of things went in that business growing. The same way, if you look at who's the guy that bought Les Alexander when he bought the Rockets, and what Fertitta had to buy the Rockets for.
He bought it for 100 and some million, and he had but Chris, the point I'm trying to make, before Stephen Curry got there, I'm just showing you how much value he had. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying he don't be no.
Oh, you talking about Steph?
Stephen Curry's value to that particular franchise.
Yeah, and winning has a value too.
Hold up, but no, the most losingest franchise who hadn't won a championship since '73 is the most valuable. The New York Knicks. They ain't won since '73.
That's New York. Yeah, that's New York though. There's a lot going into that.
But you was about to say winning. So winning.
No, I'm saying the reason why Golden State's fortunes changed.
Oh yes,
New York has always been one of the richest franchises, whether they won or whether they lose, because they're in New York City.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? The Yankees is always going to be a valuable franchise, no matter what. That's why it's an anomaly that the Dallas Cowboys is the most profitable franchise on the face.
Man, can we talk about anything without you putting them guys in there, Chris?
Quiet. I want everybody to listen to me.
That was terrible.
My phone don't ring no more.
Chris, that dude was terrible, Chris. And you sitting up there.
Nobody don't call me no more. They quiet.
And also, let me help you, since you're talking about. New York, San Francisco, and LA are the most expensive places in the country to live. And that has a lot to do with it too.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
what you want to share, man, before we get out of here today? You know,
Man,
women, wife wins.
when I jumped off. I apologize for jumping.
No, that's all right.
One time I jumped off. Clark Kellogg called. I said, man, old how to love you, man. He said he wants to come on the Chop Shop, so we're gonna get old Clark Kellogg on and talk about college basketball. I know everybody's talking about the new rankings that came out, NCAA rankings. Maybe we can get old Clark to come on, and he was talking about a couple of initiatives that the Kevin Warren, who's the Big Ten commissioner, a brother. About what they're trying to do to get more African Americans access to the media, you know, in front of the camera and behind the camera. So they're doing a lot of stuff with that. And, you know, I just told him, you know, just keep on making that money, but don't get out the way. You know, I say, you're not going to get out the way anytime soon because you're making too much money and you're not going to tear ACL or tear up an Achilles, man. Let somebody else make a couple of dollars. But, hey, real gracious dude, spiritual man. And he'd be a great guest for the Chop Shop. But
amazing,
been doing
man.
it a long time, man. Been doing it a long time, and a lot of people admire him. And you know, he's one of the guys. He's one of those guys. Like I tell people all the time, like you want to get on TV, and you want to, you know, and people are like, oh man, I mean, why can't we talk the way we want to talk? Watch that dude, super polished. I know y'all like Charles Barkley and Shaq, but watch Clark Kellogg. That's a true professional on TV, and something that you know, if you have a kid that wants to be in the media, they should emulate that brother because he's a serious dude for sure.
Oh yeah,
love him. Yeah. But he wants to come on. He's gonna come on the Chop Shop, man. We're gonna get him on there one day. And
but Chris,
I told him just put his SAT book down. Don't bring those words with him when he come home because I don't want cheat sheet butchering some of those words.
No, but you know what, Chris, and I tell you on the show, you when I watch you. You know, I've had the advantage of watching y'all watch you call a game. Matter of fact, I just stood to the right of you a couple of times at U of H. You remember when you came to U of H? I sit there and watch you. And just how serious you are about your craft, your little notes. I mean, I'm sitting there watching this big head dude up there. I mean, me and him talking crazy over here. Then he'll come on the show. Hi, how you doing? I'm Chris Walker. I said, boy, you are good. You are absolutely great.
Man, don't get Walter Yates no fire, man. Them dudes, man. Walter Yates, that's what they think about.
No, but Chris,
you know what it comes down to?
He said, Hatter, did you see the conversation between Adam Pac-Man and the crew? No, I haven't seen that. I got so much stuff to watch, man. I can't watch everything. I try to watch as much as I can. I watched the Paulie Murray. Chris, you got to watch that, Chris. Do me a favor. My name is Paulie Murray. Go to Amazon Prime and watch that. I want you to watch that. It's unique thing. And Women Rock wins it tomorrow. So, Chris, that's it. Clark Kellogg and something else I wanted to share with you. What's up, Kevin Allen? A couple of things I wanted to share with you right quickly. But I thank you for yesterday. Because a couple of people called me. They said with echoing and all, they got what you were saying yesterday because it's just a lot. Chris, and mamas and daddies out here wanting your kids to go to college and go. First of all, for me, you just got to identify realistic, really what you want. Just don't be ashamed. If you think your kid a pro, I don't care. But I just really would just like when I'm watching my history and reading my history and I'm finding out how hard it was for us to get an education, how we got the dilapidated books, and Chris said that we had everything was and everything we had was the worst. And we had these mathematicians that went to HBCUs and segregated schools that were so brilliant that John Glenn said, I ain't going to the moon if she ain't calculated. And imagine if she had she had that gift all the time. What if she had a leg up? See, we got some brilliant kids out here. And we think they basketball players. We think they football players. But we got some brilliant kids out here that just might have another contribution to society. You know,
I got to hold on.
Come on.
better way to say that. I got a
Okay.
different way to say that.
Okay.
You got kids out there that have that type of capability, and all we think about is glorifying the sports kids. That's the other issue.
Okay.
We
I
think
like
that
that.
what they're doing is better than what the kid who's good at science is doing. So
Mm.
just because ESPN is a sports medium, the biggest sports medium in the world, and CBS and all these places, because America is a sports dominated culture,
Mhm.
we give them more love than we give the kids that are smart. That's really what's going on, because they say what's good in our culture.
Mhm.
I was watching. I don't know if you saw BMF. Have you watched that BMF by 50 Cent?
Yeah,
That's
I
been out.
love it. I love it.
Dude, did you see the I want to say it was, episode 2, when he said,
Uh-huh.
"Hey man, when it first came on, it says, man, while most kids were watching Magic Johnson and Billy Sims, we was watching the Hustlers." Remember he started that? That's how it
Yes.
started out. I forget the
Yes.
other athlete said
Uh-huh.
everybody was watching them. We was like, man, we want to see them. And,
Right.
and my point is, that's what they show us. So guess what we say? Man, Young Thug, I want to be Young Thug. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be Lil Baby. They don't show you the other side of us. That's why, to me, critical race theory is so important, because you know what? If everything
Not
is,
just critical race theory, Chris. That's
well,
a
let me finish.
moniker. You just teaching our history.
Well, whatever,
Yeah.
they listen. I
Yeah.
don't say critical race theory because that's what they're using to say to say
Okay.
it's
I got you.
negative.
I
I'm going to
got you.
say it's positive.
Okay.
It's critically teaching race and telling you the theory of why they put their thumb on our neck. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about critical race theory.
Mm-hmm.
People always say, "Well, all black people do is complain about race." Well, all y'all do is make rules about race. So of course we're gonna complain about race. But my point is, but here's my point. My
Uh-huh.
point is, without critical race theory or the like, you don't know about those women in NASA.
That's
You
right.
think all them dudes
That's
with the
right.
pocket squares did everything.
That's right.
So guess what little girls and everybody think? Man,
That's
if I
right.
go to HBU, I can't be successful. That's not true.
Right.
If I'm a black woman in America, I can't be successful. That's not true. Well, the
Right.
only person I can be is Tony Dorsett, or the only person I can be is Kyler Murray if I want to be successful. That's not true.
Mm.
That's what they tell you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
just not true.
And
It's
don't
not
want you to
true.
know. And just really don't want you to know. And that's what
Ignorance, man.
and Chris, and I love it, and that's why we got guys like you can write a book saying that called The Elephant in Our Room. And
Correct.
and that's why, y'all, I know this is a sports show. But guess what? I always gotta give you something, not just for y'all live. See, Chris, what a wise man told me the other day when he went through our archives and watching our show. He said, Robert, you are leaving a digital library for the kids that's coming behind y'all. They're gonna be able to come and look at this thing over and over and over again. You got a responsibility to tell them about more than the score of a freaking game. That
Oh, no
game ain't
question.
gonna mean nothing to them 10 years ago. But what Paul and Mary did is gonna mean something to them 20 years from now. So that's why, if you don't understand, that's why I always try to give you something before you leave here other than the score of a game or something like that. Because that score of that game, what happened in the game tonight, 20 years from now, people ain't gonna care.
But had it. This is not a sports show. This is a sports culture show. This
Oh.
is sports entertainment. Okay? Sports culture, sports entertainment. Race is a part of culture.
Culture.
It's a part of sports. It's a sports culture show. Okay?
I like that.
So if we can't talk about culture and the like, this ain't the show. Go listen to Packer and Durham. I took a picture and I wanted to be like, hey man, this is what people think sports is. And I forgot to send the picture to you. I was walking out my hotel. I forgot to send the picture. I says, you know what? If it wasn't for shows like the Chop Shop, this is what people think sports is. Listen to sports. And I didn't want to, and I sent it to you. And,
I
and
didn't
I,
get
I
it.
actually did send it to you. I actually didn't send it to you. I say, but this is what, if you don't have shows like the Chop Shop, this is what you relegated to listening to watching or being a part of, or what they put on TV. No disrespect to those guys. They worked hard to
Yeah.
get to where they are.
Yeah.
But if we don't get, I just sent it to you. If we don't get a chance to get on TV, if we don't get our voice, this is what we have to contend with all the time. And you see what I sent you? Look at what I
It just, oh, here it is. No, it ain't came
and
yet.
that's what it is.
Oh, that is, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
When they gonna let ESPN gonna let us get on there? Fox is, but I'm just saying, like, this is what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So how you gonna talk about sports culture when that is what's on TV? You tell me, Hatter. They gonna talk about our issues. They gonna talk about things that concern us. They gonna talk about overtime, other than saying kids are spoiled brats. I mean, I'm just telling you. They gonna talk about academics. They're not gonna talk about it. A, they don't understand it, and B, guess what? They frown on it. They frown on it. You think they're gonna talk about players should get paid? Now think about it. Before, everybody talked about these players should get paid. Now that it's the law of the land, where everybody's talking about how they should get paid and how much. Now all of a sudden it's okay to talk about it. But before, they shouldn't get paid though. They're just spoiled brats. I'm just telling you, man. We have to be that voice that's not afraid to speak truth to power. And sometimes we got to speak truth to our own people with that nonsense that we out there continuing. I was in the car the other day, Uber, talking to a guy who went to TSU, and I was telling John I was going to talk about this. I say, listen, man, you went to TSU? He said, yeah, I went to grad school. I said, man, why do you get money back? Do you get money back to your school? He said, I said, you know what, don't even answer that. I said, why is it that, I know Kevin Allen on the field said, why, black people don't give back? And I said, but not, you know what, let me not say black people don't give back. There's 45 million black people in America. Mm-hmm. You telling me with 45 million black people that we make Jay-Z a billionaire? We make all these dudes, these rappers that, and I don't even want to say anything negative about the rappers, because again, they come up how they come up and they're successful in their own right, whatever you want to call it, that's your thing. We can make all these people stars that we glorify on social media, but we can't give money to Morehouse. We can't give money to Spelman. I'm just saying, you can't give money to Prairie View. The only money you think about giving money to Prairie View so they can build the Baby Dome or so they can build a football stadium. How about so they can build other stuff? How about so they can give scholarships to kids? But people don't want to hear that, because guess what? That's not popular. You know what's popular? The football team's not winning. That's popular. That's popular. And so my thing is, as you said before, that's the way they see us, and that's the way we see ourselves. I know how they see us.
It's just,
I got a PhD in the way they see us.
Huh?
I got a PhD in the way they see us. I got a PhD in the way they see us. I got a PhD in that. You know what befuddles me? You know what keeps me up at night? Is the way we see us, not the way they see us. I'm never surprised, but I get surprised all the time by the way we see us and the way we.
Yeah.
That's keeping it 100. I'm just telling you. I said, damn, you would think that, we would all be on the same team and try to push each other here. Man, please, that's Chinese arithmetic, Adam, in our community. Chinese arithmetic.
You're preaching, bro. You know when I get quiet like
you
this.
Got for me? Go on.
No. You're good. You're good. We can get out of here. It's just, Chris. Like I said, it's two structures going on out there. Even the way they do movies. That's why I keep telling. That's why I'm glad you wrote your book. That's why I'm writing my book. Cause Chris, couldn't nobody else write that book the way you wrote it. You follow me? You wrote the book because that came out of you. Who can write the story of Chris? Somebody in our culture has to write the book about culture. Because like I tell you, I was watching Hidden Figures and I went watch it again the other night. And nowhere in the movie did it say anything about the girls' upbringing, really, and how they went to segregated. These brilliant women, how they went to HBCUs and segregated schools. I mean, because we didn't do the movie. Somebody else told the story for us. Pauli Murray, her movie, I'm watching the movie. They didn't talk about her time at Howard that much. They didn't talk about it. They just talked about, all the other stuff. They didn't talk about this woman. This woman was the only woman at Howard. In the first 2 years, she was the only woman. Except you got to realize, Chris, a lot of schools. Harvard. She wanted to go to Harvard. Harvard didn't accept women then. So, but the story, somebody else wrote the story, so they ain't gonna tell that. They ain't gonna tell about her Howard experience.
No.
So we just got to start telling our stories. That's why I don't worry about what people say about this. I know we telling story. We painting a picture. And I hope some parents. Let me tell you something. All of y'all ain't gonna get it. I know it. I'm smart enough to know. I told y'all. Martin Luther King had a terrible approval rating while he was alive. And it came most from black folks. Hello? Man, quit messing with them good white folks over there, man. Y'all, you and Malcolm, man, y'all starting to quit messing with them good white folks. So we got a lot of them people out. We got a lot of them people that comes on this feed sometime. And all I'm trying to do is just break that yoke. I know the way you was brought up. I know you ain't used to guys like us, educated guys that think about this. Guys that unapologetically black, unbossed, unbought. I know. I travel. We travel all over the world. We know ain't too many people like that. We talk about visions when we talk. Most people talk about people. I'm around. That's why I'm so glad I went to that event yesterday. We was talking about visions, talking about all of these companies out in near NASA, the Bay, what you call the Bay Area, near NASA. Let's get internships. I didn't say underprivileged. I said black people. I didn't go in there talking about people of color. We got to be specific because they're specific in what they want.
Right.
I said, how can you? Let's get some black interns. I'm the golf course I'm playing on. Chris, you ought to see the houses.
Oh yeah.
Bay Oaks Country Club, and I mean, whew. And I'm sitting there saying, then I watch the people walking through the neighborhood. You know, when you go through didn't see nobody look like none of us. But these people got those dollars out there. We got to break into other industries.
Correct.
I can sit over here. Well, let me worry about y'all over here in the basketball community. And that's why I don't argue with some of you guys on this feed today. What's Marissa, let me tell you something. When you come in our house, I'm going to address what you put on this thing. Because I ain't going to come in your house. If you had a show, I'm going to respect your show. I respect people's place. But Chris, that's the kind of stuff. So interns can come, paid internships. So our kids can get to them. It shouldn't be just Mae Jameson and this other guy. You don't have to be an astronaut, but you can be them other jobs. You can be go to a mission control room. All white. Hey man, this show, thank you, Chris, thank you forever. This show was built. I don't know what you had in mind when you first started, but I know it wasn't for me to come up here and tell you the score of a damn basketball game. You can look that
No.
You can look that up in your damn thing. You can look that up in your phone.
Yeah. Now you can listen to that every day before our show comes on too.
Yes. Don't
and talk about it too before we even come on.
And one of the reasons, that's why you designed it to go at 12 o'clock. Because a lot of people tell me, Robert, why don't y'all go in the evening? No, come on, we all right. We all right. But that's all, man. It's just so unique, man. Like I said, thank you so much, man, for what you do.
Thank you guys for keeping it going, man. Yeah. We can't be afraid. We cannot be afraid to speak truth to power.
Yes.
And the one thing that I would love people to get more involved in is politics, right? Understand how it works. You want to get mad about Hot Wheels up here in Texas? Find out how it works. You want to get rid of the governor? You don't like what he's doing? Find out how it works. You want to get rid of Dan Patrick? I mean, and what I'm saying is, again, whatever your political affiliations, you don't like the vaccine, you don't like this, like stop this complaining stuff. It doesn't work. Complaining does nothing. You know what I'm saying? Marching does nothing. You know what does something? Action, voting, you know, getting knowledge, right? That's the stuff that does something. So the greatest enemy of knowledge, the greatest enemy is not people who don't know things. The greatest people are people out there that think they know and y'all listening to them. That's the greatest enemy. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It's the illusion of knowledge. So my thing is, know who you're listening to. Know who you're listening to. But more importantly, study to show ourselves approved. Understand why there are runoff elections. Understand why what a filibuster mean if you don't know.
Yeah.
What does a filibuster mean? And why was a filibuster put into place?
Put into place.
Understand.
Yes.
And people act like they're afraid of knowledge. I was with somebody the other day on the phone and said, "Do you know what the Green Book is?"
Oh yeah.
I said,
What's the guy's last name?
Hugo Green.
I know.
What's that?
What his name? What is that?
I forgot about the movie. I'm saying, but you know the.
No, I'm talking about what's the guy who actually did Mr. Green? What's his first name?
Yeah, Hugo Green. It's
Hugo Green. Yes.
Yeah. I think, you know, Hugo Green is. You know what that means. You know why that happened. Do you know what the Green Book is? The Black Motorist Green. Like people don't know. That's why I keep saying if that dude is he's a historical figure.
Yes.
He stopped a lot of people from doing what? Getting killed.
Yes.
People don't know that. That's a historical figure.
Yes.
If you were freaking Sam Cooke, you know what the Green Book was.
Yes.
If you were Jim Brown, you knew what the Green.
Yeah. Aretha Franklin knew it was. A lot of them.
You knew what the Green Book was.
Yes.
That man is a historical figure. But guess what? People don't teach that. They had to make a movie about it. The same way, Hatter, they had to make a movie called Hidden Figures. There are so many hidden figures in our community that our own kids and our own people, even our age, are devoid of why we should have the pride that we should have. Because Hatter, the reason why they don't want critical race theory taught, because that's what? They're gonna have to pay some reparations. When they go back and see all the stuff they did to us, and when it's in full display,
that's
they're
why
gonna pay some reparations.
Yes.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Because they go like, man, how can we do all that stuff to them people? Because even the people sitting in Congress don't know Black history. Even the people sitting, I'm telling you, they don't know it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They don't know it. Because
Mitch McConnell know.
But what I'm saying
but
is,
not the majority.
It wasn't taught in schools. Wow, how would they know it?
You know, I'm gonna end the show like this, Chris. I think about sports, and you said something about what you said culture. What you said about this show is a sports culture show.
Sports culture.
I was thinking about you. I was taking notes. Sports are communal. It's a reflection and emblematic of our life. You know, anything. Think about it. I've been watching these World Series. What men did. These playoffs. Anything can happen in sports, y'all. You see all the walk-off home runs and one night and then night after night. That's emblematic of life. I mean, that stuff happened. You can hit home runs one time. Somebody lose, somebody win. That Jimmy ain't that's life, Chris. That is why people are so committed to their sports teams. I think about the Saints, and the reason I think about the Saints because I know a lot of them. The guy I was playing, one of the guys, he had Saints hat and Saint shirt on. Guy who I was playing golf with yesterday, and the Saints reflect. He said the Saints reflect the durability of the people of New Orleans. Help me out, New Orleans people, if y'all here. The way that they can make a way out of no way, Chris. A way they can accept that they don't know which Jameis Winston they gonna get from 1 week. Which one gonna show up? Them people accept that. Check this out, Chris. They can accept that because they've been through it all, Chris. Chris, a lot of them had to move up here. They've been displaced. LJ Cryer and them family, and it came Fox and them family. They came from New Orleans to here, to Houston. With all due respect to all the great communities, y'all, out there in other great cities around the country that have a love affair with their professional sports team and franchise, them Saints, Chris, means more to their city than any other sports team means to their city. I'll tell you why, Chris, because you made me think about it. Culture. Culture itself, Chris, means the intersection of people and how they deal with it. It's culture. Intersection. The literally intersection is culture. How people deal with each other. And in New Orleans, Chris, the intersection is always making a way out of nowhere. When I'm talking to these people, think about this, Chris. They give their chefs, talking about history, the scraps that come off a table. And those people take a little flour and a little oil, and they have built an international renowned stew called gumbo. From scraps. The architecture around that place from generation to generation. And then that intersection of your life and sports and the community coming together. Saints are a national franchise. I know I'm playing golf with this guy yesterday. It means so much because of the resilience. And I learned from it. It's about no matter what, they can find a way. No matter what they're going through. Even think about it. This team was so embarrassing to them, Chris Walker. They used to put bags over their head and call themselves the Aints. It's so crazy. Some guy, they said named Buddy D. He said pigs would fly when the Saints win the Super Bowl. When the Saints won the Super Bowl down there in Miami, I'll never forget, I had a ball. They said the people believed in that team so much, they started looking up and seeing with some pigs flying. That's the culture of sports. And I understand it. But Chris, you can end the show however you want to. I just wanted to share.
Oh, no, I'm good, man. That's good right there. Pigs flying. That's a good way to end it.
Yeah, you touched me with
No, that was good.
Hold up, check this out.
Stuff.
Wow. They said plane headed to Boston for the game from Houston area crashed. No serious injuries. Trey, is that true? What airline?
Might have been a private plane. No serious injuries.
Yeah.
Had to be private.
It might have ran off the runway.
Because when those big ones fall. Let's
not talk about that, Chris, because I got to get on one too. Got to get on one.
Yeah.
But Chris, guess what, Chris? This weekend, it was a private plane. Look at you. What? Hey, you done rode on so many private planes, you just know when it happens.
No, when that big one come down, bro, that's all I'm saying. Come on now.
But they said it was a fiery crash. Chris,
thank God no one's hurt.
I got a quick story. I never forget. Payne Stewart, happened to meet him. Got some golf clubs. He gave me a professional golfer. Got to meet him because he lived in Orlando. Built this big old house, Chris. So Penny wanted to buy his house because he wanted to sell his house because he said he got tired. Get what he said, Chris. Chris, I'm talking to Payne. He said, "This house too damn big, Robert."
I was gonna say he got tired of walking in.
He
there
said,
from
"No,
one side to the other.
that what he said." He said, and check this out, ladies, because ladies and gentlemen, he said a house so damn. He said, Robert, every day somebody have to come to my property to do something. Either the pool guy, the landscape guy, everybody, every day. I can't just have a day when I'm just there with my family. Every day something might break down. Every day somebody. He said, so I'm tired of it. So we went in, and but Chris, I never forget. He was headed to Houston from Orlando. Coming to Houston, and this plane, something happened to the plane. Everybody on board, while it was in air, became unconscious. And at first, Chris, everybody thought, everybody thought it was Tiger Woods because Tiger was coming to Houston for the same golf tournament. And in the beginning, private plane coming to Houston. And then we found out, even how the fighters, the jets flew by it and saw it was flying, and it just ran out of gas. They was just trying to make sure it would, where it ran out of gas. It's just everybody on board, Pastor. Y'all look it up. Payne Stewart, a golfer from Missouri, who wore the knickers. You know, he used to wear the knickers. He was the only one that wore the knickers on the tour. So I just, y'all mentioned that plane. I thought about him. Very nice man. And Chris, everybody wanted me to sell the golf clubs that he gave me. But I said, no, his wife, no, he gave me. I mean, I still got him in the safe deposit box. But Payne Stewart, great story. Y'all, that's a good story to take a look at. But let's get out of here, man. Yabba dabba do this thing.
For sure, man.
And what you hanging out today?
I'm gonna do this for Jimmy. For the night.
Where you watching it tonight, Chris? You don't know yet?
I don't know, man. I gotta wherever you, because you always say you're gonna come somewhere and you end up going to sleep. You know how you do it.
Chop shop. We'll be back tomorrow. We out. Hater.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.